and all the time. The great week that we started on Monday, journeying with our viewers and listeners of Radio Maria, having received feedback from as far as Mombasa, Nakuru, Nairobi, where our Christians are faithfully listening to us, and the message that we have heard of restoration, the fallen humanity being restored by God. And today we are continuing this journey with Prophet Nahum, who is speaking about on the mountain, the message of God coming from the mountain. And all of us know that the mountain in the ancient times, even now, is a symbol of the presence of God. And that's why in Kenya we have Mount Kenya, Kirinyaga, the mountain of God. But we as Christians, as Catholics, the presence of the altar in our midst, which is always raised, the place where we encounter God Himself, made manifest by the Holy Eucharist, a place where we get the message from God through sharing of the Word of God, the Word that we listen, and the same Word becomes flesh and dwells with us. And today we are told by this messenger that we must keep our feasts, we must rejoice. This, our God, is with us, journeying with us. The God of Jacob. We are told by the first reading, for the Lord is restoring the majesty of Jacob as the majesty of Israel from the ruins. Me and you, we must listen to these words today. We as Christians, we have gone through a lot in our lives. And I believe, as I always say, a homily should always be used to encourage the people of God. And of course, our listeners and viewers are not only Catholics. And all of us needs to be encouraged that all the things that we have gone through, the filth, the plunders we have gone through, the pain. Today, first reading is talking about bloody city, full of lies, booty, the crack of the whip. But still our God is strong. Our God is strong. But me and you must really trust in this God. By the way, we are not all the same. What I'm going through, you may not be going through. What I experience in life might not be you experience in life. And thus, even if not for the Mass and the homily, we too as people of God must always stand up and encourage each other. That kind word you say to a neighbor, that smile you give a neighbor may go a long way to help him or her to remain firm in his faith and trust in God. Jesus is going on today with Matthew chapter 16. And he's telling his disciples and also telling us that if we want to follow him, we must deny ourselves, take up our crosses. Self-denial, self-emptying. But Jesus is not telling us something strange that he didn't do. Jesus himself emptied himself. He did not cling onto the glory and power of heaven. Jesus took flesh, was born like us, lived like us. God encountering humanity, the self-emptying act of Jesus to come and experience also our lives here. And Jesus too took his cross and carried it. And not only carrying the cross, he carried it up to Calvary. Yesterday I was touched by the testimony of Father John Omondi about his mother. The mother suffered stroke in 2011 and has been on a wheelchair for 13 years. And the family was taking it as each year was one station of the cross. She reached the 13th station, now the 14th, where Jesus is buried. She too was buried yesterday. A woman of great faith, resilience, a woman who carried a cross with faith. Some of us may be carrying heavier crosses than that. But what determines is, are we carrying it happily? Are we carrying these crosses with courage? Or are we complaining about them? Are we discouraged? Are we thinking of giving up? Or are we able to carry this cross until the end? For the giving of our lives to Christ eventually saves it. Jesus is asking us today, what profit a man gains if a man gains the whole world and forfeits his life? Or what shall a man give in return for his life? We are also looking at the parousia, the last glory, when Jesus will come with the angels, that we too may rejoice with him. And this is our teaching in the Catholic Church, that God made us so that we may know him, love him, serve him, and after this life be with him in heaven.